Hello guys, welcome to the platform. Once again, it's great to be back on your screen. It's the review of the game, Chelsea 2, Wrexham 2. Before I begin with the analysis on this episode, if you haven't followed the page of account for Zan Miller HT, do well to follow the page on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube, and then follow on TikTok as well, and all across all my platforms for Zan Sports. Yeah, thank you once again for joining me in this episode. And I must say it was a very good exercise for the two teams, i.e. it's a preseason and quite an impressive game. To be honest with you, the game was at 5 a.m. Qatar time, and I missed the first half of the game live, but later I had to go through the highlight. But in the second half, I watched the live game in the first 30 minutes, and then the last 15 minutes I was driving towards my office whilst I was it was live on my phone, though obviously I was driving, so my attention would be divided. And so despite that, I monitored the game throughout. It was a very good exercise for Chelsea, and this was an opportunity for Enzo Maresca to practice, to put into work what he has practiced with the players at the training grounds. Yeah, the key points of the game: one, philosophical football is good, but it becomes effective when you factor the opponent you are playing against. Right? Why am I saying that? Is that you could clearly see that Enzo Maresca's instruction to the players was to be passing the ball, pass, irrespective of what the opponent was doing. So it was, I must say, effective in the first half, as Chelsea led 1-0 at the break. But in the second half, the coach substituted, remember, all the 11 players, and a new set of players came in. Kani Chukwuemeka was the only player left on the field to continue. So most of the other players in the second half came on. They were struggling with the passes and movement. Pass and move into space, right? So the Wrexham capitalized on those errors and got 2 goals from Chelsea. Yeah, and at a point in time, I saw Enzo Maresca's face on the bench. He was confused, obviously confused as to what the players were doing, because he told them the instruction at the training ground of what to do, but it seems they were lost in the game. But Reece James inverting very well in midfield in the first half of the game. Quite an impressive performance there. And Tosin Adarabiu was relatively okay. Levi Colwell, I wouldn't go into individual players. So I say philosophical coaches sometimes do suffer in certain games. Look at even the father of philosophical coach, Pep Guardiola. In his game against Carlo Ancelotti in the Champions League quarterfinals, Carlo Ancelotti used paced and attacking football, because Ancelotti knows that when it comes to passing and possessing football, Pep Guardiola will dominate Real Madrid. And so you had to rely on the cautious defending and the fast counter break, which resulted in them getting their first goal. And later, Real Madrid, Man City equalized, and the game went to penalties, and Real Madrid qualified ahead of Manchester City. So it's the passing game is good, but sometimes some opponents makes it null and void, makes it ineffective. And so Enzo Maresca, I can see, is really following the footsteps of Pep Guardiola without any deviation whatsoever. And so he has made up his mind to play the passing game irrespective of what the opponent brings on board. Remember, this same Enzo Maresca came to Stamford Bridge with his passing game at Leicester, and Chelsea thrashed him 4-2. So in certain terms, you need to evaluate your cards, to watch the opponent and factor what you want to do, but don't come onto the field thinking that you're going to play your possessive football, pass, irrespective of what the opponent comes up with. Yeah, it was a good exercise and a friendly match for that matter. And so I was surprised the Wrexham coach was bragging that he matched Chelsea, who spent 1 billion on their players, but he matched them boot for boot. Yeah, he's saying nonsense because in a competitive game, he's got no chance against Chelsea. Yeah, I can confidently tell you that he's got no chance against Chelsea in a competitive game. So this is a friendly game, and no wonder most of our players were missing. And I guess even Wrexham, I don't know them that much. I think they might also have missed 1 or 2 players, or maybe that's their full set because none of their players were invited to the English national team or to some international teams. I stand to be corrected though. But most Chelsea players, Enzo Fernandez won the Copa America CONMEBOL tournament, and then Cucurella won the European 2024 championship, national international championship, and then Cole Palmer was in the finals. Conor Gallagher was also in the finals. By the way, Conor Gallagher, Chelsea want to sell Conor Gallagher, and so he may not factor into the equation going into the next season. By a large, to summarize my presentation, I would say it was a good exercise for Chelsea to evaluate the performance of those players and to see the way forward with respect to planning that Enzo Maresca will bring to the table. Make sure you follow the page if you haven't done so, and then subscribe on YouTube. Yeah, but it was a good match for the players there. Refreshing to see the likes of Wesley Fofana back, and then Tosin Adarabioyo getting his first debut for Chelsea, and some other. Tyrone George also good performance there. Christopher Nkunku starting on an excellent note once again, as he did last summer's preseason. Let's hope injuries will not become his friend this season. And regarding the issue of Reece James, some people are trying to say he's an injured player here. That's why he had a surgery. Hopefully, he's come out of those predicament of recurring injuries. And N'Golo Kante also did some surgery, and now he's okay. So hopefully, Reece James will also be okay, and no recurring of injuries, God willing. Love you. This is where I end my presentation. Chelsea forever. Bye-bye.